Oh, yeah. Okay, old Noob here. Back on Reddit with another Ask Reddit. So, this last one was posted 7 hours ago. It sounds kind of interesting. Police officers of Reddit. What was your they could have gotten away with it if they had just kept their mouths shut moment? This one sounds like a good one. Alright, let's see here. The first one. No, I'm random coffee. 5.1 thousand points. Wow, cops got a lot of time to post on Reddit, huh? 3 hours ago. Pull over this guy for expired tabs. Ask for his ID, and he's feeling around for his wallet. Can't find it. He says, man, I'm one of you. It's cool. Yeah, right. Oh, what department? Actually, I'm a security guard, but same thing. I'm polite. So where's your ID? Oh, it's in and he motions to the trunk. It's in the trunk? Actually, no. My BS radar is going off. Yeah, mine too. Okay, want to get your ID out of the trunk? Nah, I don't have it. He starts looking around for another story to use. But now I know I'm supposed to stay out of the trunk. He's also not going to give me any more information. No ID, then I have to take you in and get you fingerprinted. I'm going to get into that trunk one way or another. He's got something in the trunk. He's looking like he's lost. I ask him what's in the trunk, but he's not talking anymore. We pull him out and get him in cuffs. Another officer takes him in to get ID through fingerprints. Since his car is expired past 6 months, California, we tow the car. In the process of getting ready to tow the car, we need to take a quick inventory. There he goes. He's getting in the trunk. In the trunk was a police uniform. That's scary. With fake patches and a metal badge. No gun, but a duty belt. He also has stacks of child porn. OMG. This is a guy who a neighboring city had been looking for months. His MO was to dress as a police officer, talk to kids, and you could figure out the rest. What a scumbag. If he just gave me his name, I could have looked up his ID and verified he had one. I'd probably have let him go. But, thank God, unreal. Edit. The neighboring city had zero information as to his name. They only had a vague description of the car and the fact he was posing as a police officer. In fact, what he would do is start talking to a kid in the 9 to 12-year-old range. What a disgusting individual. Tell him he has to be taken in for questioning, handcuff the kid, and take him to his car. Oh, he was a bad dude. I'd say so. Good job. No, I'm random coffee. That's got to be the best things as a police officer, getting some scum like that off the street. Most of it's a thankless job I wouldn't want to do, but that's the one time that, man, you really make a difference. Good job. Honestly, I'm really happy about this one. Good on you, man. Yeah, no joke. Coffee says thanks. You don't catch the smart ones. Yeah, it's kind of ominous. All right, Hanzo427. He's got 18,000 points. Man, cops. I was asked to help keep peace while 2 probation officers searched a guy's house. Before everyone gets upset, in most jurisdictions, you have to submit to a search of your person and your home if you're on probation. Okay. During the search, a PO, probation officer, lifted the probationer's mattress and said monotonously, "Wow." The probationer got upset and said, "Yeah, it's a effing meth and a gun. Arrest me. I don't give an F." Turns out the PO found a huge dildo. What? But after the guy opened his mouth, the PO lifted the mattress more and found a bunch of individually wrapped grams of meth and a Glock 17. Oh, man. The PO said that seeing the dildo was enough for him to ignore the mattress. But because, I don't blame him, I'd ignore it too. But because the guy said something, he kept looking. That guy's attitude and his need to open his mouth got him 10 years in prison. Hey, what happened? 10 years in prison because the guy couldn't shut up. Let's see. LPT. How to hide your stuff. LPT, hide illegal items under sex toys. No, hide them in your sex. All right, this is where Reddit starts to get off track here. Let's go to the next post, see what that one is. Okay, we had a DUI dealer. This is Gary Nova, 1.8 thousand points. A DUI accident where a guy kept driving straight into the woods into a tree because his GPS was predicting a future street. Okay, he walked back to his hotel room and left his check and papers in the car. So we go to the hotel to go to his room and knock on the door. He did not have to answer, but he did. He was pretty clearly drunk. I asked him if he had anything to drink since the accident. He did not have to answer. Or he could have told us that he drank after the accident. He said, "No, I haven't had anything to drink since the accident." And where I'm from, you have 24 hours to report a property damage, only accident. So it wasn't even a hit and run. So as I'm locking the guy up, he tells me he's a lawyer. I told him, I hope you're not a defense attorney. I don't blame him. But in his defense, he was drunk. Michael, there's no road here. This is a lake. Finger my dinger, 4.7 thousand points. No, I think he means not a police officer. But I know of this house in my local village. That was a notorious drug den. The police came to search the place but couldn't find anything. And as they were leaving, the lovely owner yelled at them that they should have brought the drug dog. Yeah, taunt the police. That's always a good idea. So yeah, they came back a few days later with the drug-sniffing dogs and found huge amounts of drugs hidden away. Absolute morons. I have to agree. This one made me laugh. Made me laugh too. Similarly, when I was growing up, a cop approached my mom, an attorney, at her house. She closed the door behind her, and I watched the interaction inside with my doggo. Now, my mom was always very honest with me about criminal stuff. She probably wanted to scare me out of committing crimes, something that largely worked. She comes back inside a good 30 minutes later and tells me about the stupidest meth dealers ever. Guy and girlfriend sell mad meth just down the block from my house. They are the big boy distributors of the area. Small but biggish city. Don't know how TF the meth scene works. And the cops have been hoping to bring these guys down. Well, the cops caught a break when the meth heads confessed to a dispatcher. Turns out they were robbed by a rival dealer. And their computer was stolen. This is the early 2000s, so desktops were still pretty clunky. Along with all their meth. They reported to the cops. They called 911 and proceeded to tell them that all these details, somehow never realizing their stupidity. The cops swooped in, station is literally 2 minutes away, arrested the lot of them, and then told my mom everything. They were in our neighborhood, and my mom knows and is loved by everyone. Moral of the story? When reporting your house being robbed, maybe leave out the part where all your meth was stolen. It's kind of funny. Keems or Kimes, 5.9 thousand points. A cousin of a friend of mine, my cousin's brother's friend, travels around the state to take in deadbeat dads. Gets to one place. A 4-year-old kid is home. Dad isn't. That's not good. So the cop starts talking to the kid. making sure he's okay and such. After a bit of this, kid says to the cop, "Want to see my dad's secret garden?" Uh-oh. He takes him to a closet with a false back, opens it up to see a small pot farm. Guy gets home to a few cop cars and a few charges. How did the kid know I was there? Good reason not to leave a 4-year-old home alone, I guess. Yeah, don't ever leave a 4-year-old home alone anyway. And not to commit crimes where you live. Don't crap where you eat, folks. But I live in a house and crap in there too. Okay. When the nut you busts you. All right, that one's kind of funny, I guess. Reminds me of a moderately famous 19th century painting depicting a scene from the English Civil War era, where a boy is being questioned by a gaggle of serious-looking soldiers and officials. The title is, "And When Did You Last See Your Father?" Forum Horror has a score hidden. Hour ago, he says, the oil on canvas picture, painted in 1878, oh, we got an art critic here, depicts a scene in an imaginary royalist household during the English Civil War. The parliamentarians have taken over the house and questioned the son about his royalist father. James was inspired to paint the picture to show the crisis that could arise from the natural frankness of young children. Here, if the boy tells the truth, he will endanger his father. But if he lies, he will go against the ideal of honesty, undoubtedly instilled in him by his parents. At the back of the hall, the mother and elder daughter wait anxiously on the boy's reply. The scene is neutral, while the innocence of the boy is emphasized by his blonde hair, open expression, and blue suit. The questioners are also treated sympathetically. The main interrogator has a friendly expression, and the sergeant with the little girl has his arm on her shoulder as if comforting her. That was actually kind of interesting. Guess you can learn something from reading Reddit. Tuck, 4x4, 1.8 thousand points, 3 hours ago. This is going to be buried, but it's funny, so here. Good, Tuck, I'm ready for something funny. I was a cop on an Air Force base in Alaska. That doesn't sound like it'd be a great job, huh? 3 guys robbed our class, 6 store, liquor, and we responded to the store but got caught in traffic at a light on the way. So we were sitting there with lights and sirens on, trying to get people to move out of the way, when the back door to the car ahead of us opens, and a guy gets out and goes spread eagle against his trunk. Confused, we get out to see what was up and realize that these were the robbers. They were going the same way as the cops were? Edit. Thank you for the silver. So after calling it in and making the arrests, we told them that we had no idea they were who they were. The driver and front passenger were pretty upset with the backseat passenger. Yeah, I imagine so. Empress Knickers. Hey, Chief, we got him. What? Kula Baloo. This is the best one. Oh, my God. It's so easy when they arrest themselves, ain't it? All right. So this one is by Deleted. Guy deleted his account already. He had 8,000 points and deleted his account. He posted this 7 hours ago. That's interesting. Let's see what it is. I'm a nice guy, and I enjoy a chat. You'd be surprised how much this lowers someone's guard. That doesn't surprise me. Stood in full uniform. People will just start telling you things that could get them in trouble. Multiple times I had to tell people to shut up. It was usually petty things like where they hid their weed stash. That they'd got a bifta in their pocket for later. It's a bifta. Not really worth the time and effort to deal with how squeezed we were. One time a guy really got himself in trouble by effectively telling me he had stolen property on him. I had to act on that one. Huh. Are you from the UK? I had a cop stop me because a robbery had just happened in the area, and they were looking for tools, etc. So they never said anything about whatever else they found. They just told us to get off the street as it was late and do it somewhere else. Are they even allowed to do that? Because something more serious is happening? Or was it just so they didn't have to deal with it? The deleted account guy says, yeah, I am. In the UK, I guess. We can use discretion if we want to. We just have to be able to say why we let it slide. If, I guess, we get questioned by supervision. We would get in a lot of trouble if we let someone off for something serious, though. Well, that makes sense. Good to know, I guess. Oakley Dokley, 900 points, 908 points. Your comment reminds me of when we were a bit younger, playing football in the park and having a smoke. 2 young policemen walked over, smelt the weed, and started searching everyone. It was about 15 of us. Police van came down, all got written up, etc. I had my weed in my boxers, so I wasn't getting written up. I wandered off slightly, where I overheard a senior officer telling the 2 younger policemen to not bother with this crap again. It's a massive waste of time. It's late. No kids around. They aren't causing trouble. Just bloody leave them to it next time. Made me laugh. LOL, that was the attitude from the cops in Canada about weed for a year or 2 pre-legalization. Anytime they'd roll up on me and my friends hanging out smoking, throwing a frisbee, they'd always just say, all right, fellas, move it along, and make sure we had a sober driver. Sometimes they would take it, but even that was rare. Nom National, 132 points 3 hours ago. Even before a year or 2 prior, people were having their peaceful protest, i.e. giant pot party, outside the legislative buildings on April 20th, 420, as long as I could remember. Cops were always there, just making sure people weren't getting too stupid, and that everything stayed safe. Unless you had a grow OP, not worth their time. Yeah, I suppose they had something more important to do, but didn't think they were allowed to. I've been stopped before, and as long as we've been sound, they've been cool with us. You guys must have to deal with some absolute rockets. Sure they do. Jerkenstein, nice name, 496 points. Bifta means a joint, for anyone else wondering. Good job, Jerkenstein. You figured out what a bifta was. I was wondering that myself. Spiral Arc. The dude already deleted his account. Yeah. Tactic 69, 300 points. Yeah, probably not the best idea telling people that as a cop you let people off the hook for crimes on occasion. In Saba Noor. Most likely, he probably realized that someone could piece together his identity from his post history and wisely decided to preemptively burn his account to the ground. I'd probably do the same thing. Vector Victorious, 529 points. I liked his story about how people will just volunteer information, which could get them in trouble, before he had to delete his account because the information he volunteered could get him in trouble. Yeah, that's ironic, isn't it? That's pretty funny. I guess this is a good place to end this one. So, I enjoy this format much better than the robotic meme voice. These AskReddits are pretty funny, you know. The people on Reddit are sometimes surprise you. They've got really good comments and good information. So I enjoy making these. I hope you guys enjoy listening to them. So thanks for watching, guys. As long as you like them, I'll keep doing them. And I'm Old Noob.
Oh yeah! Subscribe, share, and like.